哟，莫西莫，早安，各位，来啊，有空来打开这个E3展的画面，Capcom， 哦，它怎么会有繁中的 YouTube 啊？哎呦，就是它卡普空有个特别的繁中的画面呢。哦，早上5点半，来，有繁中的好办事，好办事。早安啊！早安啊！来，准备，待机中。好，刚才那个 OB 突然一个直接闪退，以后都不知道闪退什么意思。这东西还会闪退，应该说幽默还不晓得这东西会闪退。好了，那个结束开始，应该是马上就开始了。对，开始之前放一下音乐，打开一下这个 B， 打开一下手游，开始点每日这样。今天还没点啊，然后等下看完了继续睡觉，舒服。不是舒服，好累，快睡着。咦？嘟。快啊，卡普空！是不是说昨天航线呢？好像把台服好像也是吧？他是不是昨天礼拜一开始这个每日任务就改成新的版本了？我觉得台服好像也是每日任务就改成新的版本了。新的版本不晓得有没有好，感觉上是送的比较多东西了，然后可是有没有比较方便还不确定。因为他这次有送那个金图，只是台版应该还没有金图，所以应该是给别的东西，之后会上线金图啦。还是台版根本还没有改每日任务？那应该系统类东西好像一直都是一起改的，不应该是会有了。 快来卡普空，给个这个我们不知道的消息，什么 R14啊，2098有没有？2098 DLC 什么之类的，来一点我们不知道的啊，很兴奋。对吗？独立开边解活跃度嘛，对啊，我就记，它这种系统类的应该都是一起改的，这种系统类的航线都是一起改的，还不确定有没有方便，应该是比较方便，就是不大习惯的。看到那一排任务就是看到那边不干净就不大习惯。对啊，我可能像 Weekly 这边也是不大干净啊。那报酬1两看一下，3个方块，然后彩色的点数，反正看起来要解1000个挺简单的，是没什么问题啊，大概。对啊，他这个点数这样解，其实游戏蛮容易变成就是什么1、2天就把一卡车任务解完。游风他全破是他周次任务报酬，对啊，他的周任务报酬堆满要1000。游风今天才礼拜2，游风的周任务也就965。他要1000，现在我们游风已经解到965了，所以其实他改成这样之后，应该都算超好解的吧？就是应该是蛮随便都解得完这个1000点的，然后解完之后也就不用管周任务了，只是他就是会卡一堆中务在那边就对了。总之如果看不顺眼的话，就是他会卡一堆中务在那里的样子，差不多了，是不是要开始了？ Come on， 对啊，好像快解完了，对不对？它其实超快的，或者是他之后会两塞东西，就是变成一个周任务。其实他怕变成，因为是解活跃度的关系，周一可能就不见了，就解完了。宿舍跟哈德，哦，来，20是不是？这超快的，超烂发声，来，我想要帮我关小声一点。20，
Welcome to the Capcom. I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'll be your guide as we walk through the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney.
对啊，我来点厉害的，不要告诉我前几天的那个是假的。
Let's get started.
告诉我你们有压消息。
Stop today, Resident Evil Village. The Resident Evil franchise continues to pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month. It brought the world another chapter in this decades-long story as the franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Konda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
DLC.
Another time. Bye-bye.
DLC.
There's nothing.
Where's Rose? She's everything to me.
I think it's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now.
Hi everyone,
my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May. We hope you're enjoying this new chapter in survival horror. As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil Reverse, where players go head-to-head with their favorite Resident Evil.
Verse 我还没去玩呢 ，Verse 没有，真的兴趣不大。
I'm happy to announce that Resident Evil Reverse will go live next month across all supported platforms. So
哦，下个月开始 Reverse， 可是 Reverse 兴致真的不大，有没有兴致不大？对，好，现在开始制作，不是吧？你早该走，不是这个时候应该说我们直接出 DLC 吗？好难过，他居然不是直接说我们出个 DLC。好啊，总之确定有 DLC， 还行还行。
Some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter. Whether it's adventuring alongside monsters or battling them with friends, we've got something for you. First, let's dive into the brand new story-based RPG entry to the series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
更多的宣传。更多的宣传。Capcom。
This was his fate.
怎样？被灭剑龙打趴了是不是？
Unskilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
哦，
All around
我们
things
是真
just
男人。
kept getting worse. But I heard that Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old monstie again. Then, of course, that's when I met you.
You were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny.
This is the legendary monster, Ray's Wing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin.
It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin. The pits are appearing everywhere, and they're emitting a strange light.
哦。哦。驯龙。
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters?
Kinship with monsters.
How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders
对，他居然讲那个 monster 和 rider 的 key 之呢，哦，看到了核弹，这么帅
What kind of power does Ratha really have?
Ratha really
Why are all
have.
of these pits appearing? And who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves? All I have are questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too.
Patience too.
He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what. I can sense
我
the
们无论如何都要保护这个黑翅膀的火龙哦。
It's too much for his body to bear.
哦。
a voice. Can you hear it?
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends.
They're friends.
monsties. Humans carry the strength of everyone they meet. That makes them strong. My friends here taught me that. I believe in the strength of humanity.
哦，我们相信人性，然后火龙就爆，然后就要进化了。你看，哦 ，OK， 毁灭之翼，好。 就是再更多那个没有阉割过的预告片这样子。哦，猎狗也是可以起来战斗的。哦，牙通牙什么？牙通牙什么？哇，猎狗这么帅吗？这样没问题吗？猎狗如果 DPS 很高的话，那就不骑龙了，大家都不当龙 rider 了，我们骑狗狗。哦，呀，知道，我们有。7月有在等了，下个月已经预购了，好不好
epic, right? And how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update.
首个免费游戏更新，所以它也不是马上给，是更新之后才会给。
Early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise.
啊，结果我就知道你那个崛起，他就只有讲哦，卡普空，我早上5点爬起来看你呀、结果你果然只告诉我这个啊，崛起跟那个魔人的世界的合作啊，他只是放。卡普空，你真的没有给很厉害的东西吗？对啊 ，Collab 1，这我们知道啊。有没有来点很厉害的？我们没听过的。3.1更新，这个是首领，这是什么 ？Food Forest MP 米豆哦，对，首领的，然后新的挑战，这不是普通血鬼兽吗 ？Icy Blaze of Bright， 哦，黑皮裤装死。
My second home. You think you can take on Rondine?
没有，还是感觉上没什么真的不知道的消息。
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan. With all the new updates to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright
不是这个，不是逆转裁判，R14。
North American and European future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan. You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now, let's hear more about the story.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Welcome to the centre of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
This country is incredible. I will become a lawyer. I have to.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder.
Who are you?
Sherlock Sholmes.
Sherlock Sholmes.
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san.
Let us engage in the art of deduction, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, what happened here? It would seem the truth is now tantalizingly close.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Objection! Your testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
You're the best lawyer in the world.
You're the best lawyer on the world. 世界上最棒的律师。
So we have 10 new cases and 8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
Hello, I'm Jonathan, Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
他那个字幕是他自己上的，他直接用程式上的。
Capcom team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
While investigating to prove your client's innocence, players will come across conspicuous situations that require further examination with the help of Ryunosuke's legal aid Susato and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock. Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. A grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
反正他是负责嘴炮就对了。看这样讲话，表示这个角色他会讲一部分真实，但其他部分嘴炮的意思嘛？啊，就那种很轻浮的角色。Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions.
所以他直接给你一个大，他会给你一个大纲，然后让你去修日。
At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery. As players present new evidence and observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
这家伙帽子这么高，他居然没有把头发塞进帽子里。好，虽然是意识要让玩家发现。哦。
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client.
所以我们的委托人刚好会有我们的委托人8场会全部都是被诬赖的就对了。
And 1 white representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out.
有矛盾的陪审员哦，这陪审员看起来也是一群会出现家常才对话的人。
Objection.
Be ready to provide evidence from the court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send a fiery ball towards the scales above and literally tip the scales of justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
对，还要说服陪审员呢。Damn.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage.
This has just been a small taste of the exciting new gameplay features in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are very excited to get this game in the hands of both new fans and diehard fans alike. Thanks for watching.
7月27号好像
It already seems like I have a bunch of
而且
games
Steam 有卖，这一款的话
Some
Steam 有卖
exciting。new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom. But what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from 2 of the
你
stars
还有
of
什么
Capcom
e-sport？
fighters, Rob TV and Vicious. They'll tell us what's been going on with Capcom esports, including updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters.
哦
Over to
，Capcom
you guys.
Fighter 跟 Street Fighter。
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter V player and host extraordinaire, Hollywood, Rob TV. What's going on, Rob?
Oh my goodness, Vicious. Host extraordinaire. That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it. And I think that's the perfect word to describe what we have for everyone today. Street Fighter V, Capcom E3. It just feels right and you feel the electricity in the air.
Nice!
Nice! What? That was nasty. And there might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't fully know what competitive Street Fighter V is. The long and the short of it is this. We travel all around the world, state to state, country to country, and we try to bring our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best in your region, sign up for Capcom Pro Tour to prove it and become possibly a world champion at Street Fighter V.
The double perfect, the way he looked at the camera like,
don't ever expect another man's controlling.
So in this year's CPT overall, it's a series of tournaments.
每场淘汰赛都5000美
$5,000 on the line for each tournament. But that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
Item just reset in grand finals of Capcom Cup.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory, the Capcom Pro Tour 2021 official stage and set.
小冰箱
And that's a place that you are very, very familiar with.
红牛
That's right.
Red Bull 小冰箱
and broadcast it live from the stage, and we check out all of the top competitors from each and every one of these regions. And speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 32 events going on in the Capcom Pro Tour, spanning across 19 different territories. So there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again, that is a big change from what 2020 was into what we could expect for 2021.
And Mago is your first qualifier
for Japan for the Capcom Pro Tour. Not only can you catch the Capcom Pro Tour live on the Capcom Fighters channel, you can do so on a plethora of platforms. We have it on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Of course, if you don't catch it live, you can also check out the VODs for all the competitive studying you would need to become a successful Street Fighter V player, as well as catching some of the community-focused content that we have on Capcom Fighters. We have No Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world and play off in an exhibition first to 10. Not only that, actually, we do have Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action, 6 teams of 3, duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will
对，所以 Fighter 那个格斗游戏系列，就是幽风一直觉得很帅，但是从来觉得很帅，但不大会玩的系列，就会觉得这个很帅，但是什么？但是不大会玩，就看人家打就很开心了，看人家打跟体验现场感觉就很开心了，但是自己玩是不大会。
Let's not forget, the Intel World Opening is happening right now. Top players representing 11 regions around the world are competing for their place in the World Finals happening next month. Be sure to check out the official website for more information, including current standings and broadcast schedule.
To commemorate this event, everyone who logged in during this period will receive an exclusive competitive dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the Midwest region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that.
100%. I mean, of course, your boy is from Ohio. Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament.
You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter V players in the world compete head-to-head.
So it's you.
I dare you to fight for Street Fighter. I dare you.
This is a game about being a world warrior. Capcom College Tournament play.
Obviously, they got a rivalry.
I'm the best in the world.
This game has changed the lives of so many people here.
Ooh! The pop-off! That's what I'm talking about. I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I ain't lying to the peak.
This is the ultimate Street Fighter V experience. This is Capcom Pro Tour.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw. Resident Evil Village is back with the
就完结了，所以只有讲就是，村庄8会有 DLC， 然后那个魔脸崛起一点点的更新，然后完整版的这个那个叫什么破灭之翼的那个 OP， 然后逆转裁判跟 Street Fighter，OK。难过了，卡普空，真的这么少？崛起真的不能让我们玩家讲出这句话吗？他比你想象中还要有料，真的没有那么多料。
I'm Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer. Thank you for being part of the Capcom experience.
AKA Seltzer. 好，所以这个只有到这里。今天还有别的吗？我看又放来看一下这个。过场那个叫什么行程，好难过，没有看到真的很厉害的，他没有给真的很厉害的那个很下课的内容。比起昨天的这个那个 Microsoft， 嘿，比起14号的 Microsoft 的这个15号的Capcom， 觉得收没有很厉害。没有看到真的很那个，真的很大变动的内容， 再来是什么？再来是今天晚上12点的那个，今天晚上12点任天堂啦。树屋直播是不知道直播什么东西啦，但是今天晚上任天堂今天还会有那个40分钟，12点开始还有40分钟的啊，晚上12点再说吧，反正今天早上呢看起来是普通啊，再早一点还有没有别的？Intermediation Take Two Interact 好像都不是认识游戏哈，大概这样了。我们早上的那个功能观看到这边吧，如果你喜欢的话，可以再回去再从头看一下那个 PV， 今天的事情感觉上好像没什么，就是没有些玩家真的完全不知道的部分。他只有在宣传说，我们要开始做 DLC 我们当然知道你在做 DLC， 直接做 DLC 是什么？该出了吧？没有，还没出。好，所以那个2058的 DLC 在做了，魔物猎崛起活动。那个活动快来了，然后那个《魔物猎人物语2》那个完整 PV 版来了，然后大逆转裁判这个就逆转裁判新逆转裁判那个会上 Steam 买得到，大概这样子而已。好了，我是用方，感谢你各位宽，不期不待不受伤，没有就是想要，哎呀，就是有期待才有机会爽一波，但是没爽到，好吧。好，再这样，好，大概这样子啊。我是优峰，我们如果有空的话，都要回去睡红觉，晚安啦。对，晚安啦，各位，我也要回去睡觉了。那晚上12点，晚上12点再来看，梦里什么都有这样子说好的不期不待的。好了晚上任天堂，晚上12点还有个任天堂的这个直播，我再看一下任天堂是什么。就这样，晚安，拜拜，谢谢各位。